Hello, everyone. Hello, our viewers. First of all, Happy New Year from our team, CyberWiseSpace. We are hoping that this year started well for you and that this year your business will be growing and also will be safe and secure from IT and cybersecurity perspective. So let's start our today's webinar. First, we will start with introducing ourselves. So me, Olga, I am focusing on IT project management and cybersecurity, and I am co-founder of CyberWiseSpace and another co-founder of CyberWiseSpace, Ali. Please tell a few words about yourself.
Yeah, hello everyone. Really nice to be here in the new year. Thank you, Olga, for the introduction. Yeah, I'm Ali. I'm co-founder of CyberWiseSpace, and also in this cybersecurity and system administrator business for 7 to 8 years.
Okay, that's great. And today we are here to share some insights about how small business can manage IT and cybersecurity in this year. So basically, what would be the best time to start thinking about your strategy than beginning of the year. So that's why we decided to do this webinar. And if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the chat, and we will answer them in the end of our session. So first of all, well, let's begin. So first of all, why IT business actually needs why small business actually needs an IT strategy. First of all, it's to understand where this business is moving, and business needs to protect data. And even if business is small, it can be like 10 employees, but business can handle a lot of data, a lot of sensitive data and personal data. This data needs to be protected. The other reason is to avoid costly disasters, to avoid financial losses, to avoid legal liabilities, reputational damage, because a lot of bad things can happen if you don't have enough protection for your services, for data you're handling. The other is data breaches. Again, attackers are not sleeping and they're coming with new and more sophisticated ways to target your business. And actually, small business and medium business, they are the biggest part of where attackers are focusing. The other is your IT strategy can help you be more productive. So it's not only about protecting, but also about performing well, performing better, and automate some tasks. IT solutions can help you with that. You can think about implementing some AI solutions or just even some simple automation can be useful. The other is to manage your team. After COVID, you know that we have a lot of remote teams, and with technology, it's much better to communicate. But we need to also understand that this communication and data sharing needs to be safe, needs to be protected. So it's also important to focus on that. And of course, to stay compliant, because different fields, they have different regulations. You need to understand your business, where what regulations apply to you, and be compliant to avoid fines. So as easy as it is. So those are the main points. And we wanted to talk to you about cybersecurity threats that are some are new, some are still from previous years, but Ali will share some insights from cybersecurity world
I wanted to add something about your first part. Basically, the first rule of making money is not losing money. So
Indeed.
is, as you mentioned, like avoid costly disaster and stay compliant. Those are your biggest risks that you easily can go bankrupt with just some. Imagine you are operating in some licensed market, Estonia, Nordic country, and then you just forget about some simple rules and you couldn't provide the reports, and then you're done. You know, you're out of the game. You lose your license and reputation. So yeah, make sure do proper risk analysis for these things. But yeah, talking about IT, it's been an interesting year. As Olga mentioned, the attackers are not sitting silent. They are still busy doing crazy stuff over the internet. But yeah, people getting more prepared and ready for fighting back. In the last year, still the biggest attacks coming from scamming, phishing, malwares, usual thing that we think that there has been exist. So what a big deal. But those taking is still the biggest chunk of the game. But ransomware again booming in a different sectors. I saw in different hospital, prison system, municipality in Italy. You know, they just exist everywhere. So yeah, it's been a rough year, and it's gonna be much harder coming up for cybersecurity wise.
Yes, indeed. And there are, well, we are trying to look at cybersecurity not only as spending money, but more like investing money in your protection and protection your business. So yes, definitely those attacks that Ali mentioned, they are the most, well, the biggest, and but also there are some other IT threats, for example, software and hardware failure. So even if there is no attacker involved, there might be some just simple problem with your hardware, like overheating and it's down. So you need to be prepared for that. Or someone just because of human error just shared password with someone else, and you have unauthorized access to your data. Well, that's something that you want to avoid. Yes.
Yeah.
So regarding what you can actually do with that, you need to first of all understand what are the problems, where it goes. Basically, make a let's say make a list of it and put it into different places, different baskets, let's put it this way. So what we wanted to offer from our side is to apply strategy that is usually it's used for personal planning. We want to offer how it can be used for your business. So the system is called Traffic Light, and it is about putting goals, or in our cases also tasks, into three columns. First, green, second, yellow, and the last one, red. So what it means, you have a list of cybersecurity tasks, you have a list of IT tasks, you have different, and if it's known for you, if you know how to do that, you just need to do it. It goes green. So green are those tasks and that you can easily manage by yourself, or like you just need to do it basically. So for example, you're using some password manager and you know how to do that, and you have a few more employees, so you just need to tell them that you need to install it, or you need to do it by yourself. So this is something that you can manage by yourself. It's easy for you, let's say, if you know this stuff. The other one is yellow. Yellow is more complicated. It might be more complicated for you because you don't have specific knowledge in this area, or you need to educate yourself additionally, or maybe you have other tasks, so for you it would be difficult to manage it right away. Here we can give example of cloud security, for example, that you want to establish cloud security, and you want to add some people to help you. Well, you need involvement from other people, and red as the most complicated tasks, and something that you don't really know how to do. For example, some comprehensive document like a cybersecurity policy, where you put your goals, your milestones, basically everything, like when you will be managing your storage, how you will train your employees, well, everything. You might miss, like, you might know some parts of it, but you need some additional help. And also to read what is very important goes those things that you might not even know about. So you might need to talk to some experts to audit your system and find out what can be done, what can be added to your system. And yeah, so I think this is something that we can discuss in more details. So Ali, would you like to
Yeah,
give your perspective on that?
I love this dividing things to these three categories: green, yellow, and red. Basically, yeah, more or less green. You can ask Google, ChatGPT, or whatever tools that is out there to figure out your answer. It's not gonna be a rocket science, but again, you need to do all of these things. It's for cybersecurity. You cannot. It's just. I think these suggestions are based on difficulty of doing, how to implement it. Is not importance of doing it. It's always they are all important. It's just difficulty of implementing them. Uh, Talking about cloud security, like it's 2024, everything is cloud. Like there is no point of having stored anything on your laptop, buying hardware, just store it at your basement, and hopefully it's run and the electricity doesn't go. And considering the prices now is so high for electricity. Uh, so every company, every solution, in my opinion, need to move to cloud at some point, even those established solution already. Um, but now it's like a wonder world. Like no one doesn't know how to work with it. You log into some cloud system, you click some couple of button, and you hope that things work. But they usually the service provider understand that you don't know anything and try to make you work. But if your business grow, if you have more than one Excel file, basically you ended up in a database. If your accountant want to click some report, click some button and get some report out of the database, then it's more complicated. But if you look at the Google report for threat analysis, that what happened in the past year, I can even show you on in a screen. So click, you can see up there. The highest is just simply a weak password. Like the easiest way attacker get initial access was just guessing the password, or you don't have any two-factor authentication in place. The other things that are taking the biggest portion, as Olga mentioned, is like basically misconfiguration, that you don't know what to do. And then, of course, you reuse some settings everywhere. You place the same account in a different scenario, and all of them cause the attacker, by gaining one access to one of them, basically ended up in all of your system and doing. And this report also mentioned something interesting. So what attacker does with you? Okay, now they have your data. Probably you're a small business, so it doesn't worth even to ransom you. You don't have much money for them. So what they do with you, they just don't care. They start running mining Bitcoin or cryptocurrency from your server, because they have a free infrastructure now that you pay for them. or they use your system as a platform to do attack to other people, so you become their zombie, or basically you work for them for free. So it's usually this the case for small businesses or private people. Like they don't know. Uh, they usually don't know if they are got attacked, because the attacker doesn't bother to contact them to ransom them. The attacker does the job. So yeah. But if you get a huge bill on a Google suddenly in 1 month, you probably need to know that you already got hacked, because they use your resources to mine Bitcoin. You know, those things.
And that's our new reality. So,
Yes.
Ali, what do you think? How people can actually find out that someone is doing some fishy business in their environment? So,
Mm-hmm.
are there any ways to track it?
Mm-hmm.
What can you say?
Mm, but mm, I gave one example, basically huge bill, but
Hmm.
more
Yes.
realistic solutions are basically you need some knowledge. You cannot be extremely blind to your system, because Google and those systems are trusting that if you have username and password, it's you. So they cannot guarantee more than that. So the things is that you need to collect log and monitoring your system constantly. You make some alert. Give a simple example. Every time someone log into my Google account, I receive one notification on my phone. Every time someone use SSH or some remote protocol to access my server, I receive one notification on my phone. And you need to keep the logs for a while. Of course, collecting logs for some people, they don't even make sense. Like because they think, okay, why should I care that who come to visit my website, who log into my drive, who access this file? But if you look at the big picture, as we talked about initially, that you might get hacked through these things. You need to collect the logs, and collecting logs is not enough. Then you need to do analysis. So this can be done by some expert, or you basically use some tools that, again, you need some expert to build those tools for you. So yeah,
Mhm.
uh, it's not an easy task, but if you're running on a cloud, you need some person to monitor you, at least, to know what's going on.
Mhm. That's actually a very good point. Here we see the example of things that can go to your green list and to your red or yellow list. So, for example, password. This is something that you create, and this definitely goes to the green list because, well, you're creating them. You need to ensure that you have strong passwords, that you have two-factor authentication. So those things it just needs to be done. It's not something that well some expert will do for you, but some stuff like external monitoring. Well, while you doing your business in like finances or services or education, it doesn't really matter in which area, but it still applies. It applies in the sense that you need to have someone who will ensure that your system is not hacked silently. I would call it this way because, well, of course, if you are hacked and you receive some emails, well, you understand that you're hacked. But if uh, it's like the most dangerous way when something is happening on background and you have no idea about that. Okay, so going back to our goals, what can be done? Of course, we are talking about protection and cybersecurity protection, but
Mhm.
also about implementing some positive things, like for example, minimize your downtime and business disruption, comply with requirements. So those things that technology can help you, and you can put those things in again in those lists. We can actually offer to make this list in very simple Excel format or example, something like this, so you can simply share and make it as a list, and just make sure that through the year you check point by point that you are actually doing this. So when you create the list, you actually can make a plan. So you understand that you have this amount of green things, but it's not that you will solve them immediately, like click. You will need to schedule it. So okay, so today will be the day when I will be focusing on password. Another day I will be contacting some experts to manage my cloud. And what we are actually doing with our clients is that first we start with initial situation, how it's done. We analyze current ways how they're doing things, and so that will be like the main scope of work. And after that, for example, through the year, we help companies to manage it all in a proper way. So that's like the most efficient way based on our experience.
I think from the management perspective, it's extremely nice to have some periodic review over how it's going on. I'm talking about cybersecurity side of things. Basically, it's nice to know that who quarterly or monthly or like every half of a year, you check that who has access to your website, who has access to your Google account, or what are the software installed in your server or even in your laptop. So there are tools out there provide you these reports. Or how many delete or insert or update happen in your database. So if the number become odd in some period of time, so it shows that something was off in that quarter or that era. So yeah, from management perspective, I highly suggest you establish some procedure, simple procedure, as I said, access, install software, those things, but extremely useful at some point.
That's definitely a good point. And what I would like to add to that is that not only having this procedure, but have them written in a document. So you need to make sure that you delegate some tasks to your employee or some external experts, and you know who is responsible for that. And you can ask this person if something is wrong, that will it should be done. At the same way as you need to have proper documents that will establish rules, how you will act, what you will do in case of something happening, like who you're gonna call. So what you will do, or like unplug and go home, or you will actually like fight with this disaster and make sure that it's not spreading, it's not getting worse.
This
So that's also
two documents are extremely important actually. Incident response and disaster recovery document. Incident response is like what to do. Now this I'm under attack. What to do? Disaster recovery. Okay, that I finished. Now how can I go back to the business again without losing a lot of things?
Okay, so also we wanted to talk about most common technical problems that some small businesses may have. We wrote a post about it on LinkedIn. We are staying active on LinkedIn. So one of the points we wanted to say that it's outdated technology. It might include both software and hardware, and I wanted to bring example of, for example, Windows was so popular, and people really liked it. And when it was not supported anymore, it was still used by companies and especially small businesses. And that's actually a problem, because if it's not having security patches anymore, it's not secure. It's much easier to hack, and definitely there were some incidents that are related to that.
I just add
But
something here.
yeah,
If you're
yes,
running
sure.
on Windows 7 from January 2024, which is like 5 days ago, you don't get security update, like it's dead. There is no more help for that. So yeah, Windows 7. So yeah.
Yes, yes. So those, yeah, those. It doesn't mean that you need to buy a new laptop every year. You need to make sure that you're up with technologies, that your technology is supported. Because if it's not supported, it's open for hackers. It's like much easier to get into your system. Um, and like from I understand it from people perspectives that, well, people don't really like, especially if they are not from cybersecurity field or not from IT field. They have their laptops, they're using it, they're used to how it looks, and now it's like a new system and they need to like adjust to that. So I understand that it might be uncomfortable. So here is important that there is a good manager who will explain why we are doing that. It's not because we want to update your system, not to make you uncomfortable, but but for this and this reason. And at some point they will loan you system as well. So just like make this transformation more smooth and more understandable for people. So I think that's important and also can be added to tasks.
I'm pretty sure this is the management job to ensure the business catch up with the technology. Of course, staying in edge of technology also has its own risk. You might fall, but staying far
Mhm.
behind also has its own risk. So yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
some human skill to convince everyone to move on.
Yes. Yes. That's true. Um, Also, we were talking previously about data backups and data recovery. So maybe Ali, you can tell a bit more about what are the rules, how to manage backup wisely, how to store them, how often it needs to be done.
Uh, taking taking backup from data means that you create another copy. Creating another copy means that you need to store it somewhere. So you need to think about this thing. So it's not, you never should store any backup on the same place that you took the backup. It just doesn't make any sense. Because if that system goes down, if that system compromised, the backup is also invalid because it also can be compromised. What I'm meaning that you have some accounting data in your Google Drive. Okay, so you need to make sure to make the archive from them, download it, store it somewhere in a cold storage, which means hard drive, pen drive, or store it in some cloud solutions such as Amazon S3 or Google offer its own thing, or simply store it in a Dropbox. You create one Microsoft account and store it in a Dropbox. The second thing is that you need to know how often you need to take backup. Is it hourly? Is my data changing that much? So I need to take it hourly, daily, weekly, or even monthly. I don't think there is some quarterly backup. It's just your data is so old if you do it quarterly. The third thing is that to verify your backup works. That's a job you need to do like every quarter or something like that. Because again, I saw so many cases people taking backup, happy about their backup. When the disaster happened, the backup is not valid. You cannot restore the backup. Why? Because they never tested their backup. So you need to
Mhm.
keep sure your backup process is valid. The reason I say quarterly because you might change something in your system. So this quarter your backup is valid, but next quarter might something is not working. So then that's when you understand your backup is working or not. So yeah, and you need to ensure your backup is secure, only accessible by the person that already access to your server, so not anyone else, and more or less encrypted. Because probably your account or your server are secured by some SSH access, but your backup might still live on your disk on a hard drive or some cloud, so you need to somehow make them encrypted. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, the main thing is not just about knowing about that, but actually doing it, implementing those things. Other point I wanted to bring is to stay updated with IT trends, and here I mean not only technologies, but also about what is going on, like in IT world and in security world, and like this year, a lot of election are coming, and well, some things related to that. Maybe Ali, if
yeah.
you would like to share about
Um,
that.
we were talking with Olga about this thing. So basically, AI is taking over anything. Now there is AI for anything you need. You pay 22 euro to ChatGPT and it does anything for you. So that opened a huge security problem. Now from AI you can create Python code that hack people, create some ransomware and those things. Obviously, now this AI need to start developing some moral and some legal framework to control what they do. But one dangerous thing that was trending in the past year is deepfake. It's been a while deepfake was around, so you saw some scandal happen over the deepfake, but now since it's becoming easily accessible for everyone, so a kid in the basement can produce some deepfake. And considering TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, so you give microphone to everyone, so everyone can influence thousands of people. I brought even an example of them, so you can see in Olga site that this is the fake video. So it's like they make a news that like a Trump giving lecture about something. I even found more, but I don't have the photo. Like Elon Musk is giving free Bitcoin, so click on this link. Or,
Free
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. This, well, there was one hacker actually managed to hack. I forgot even. I think it was Elon Musk account or a Tesla account. But well, he posted one tweet, and he said that you need to give me we are giving free Bitcoin. Please send something, and click on this link. So in the end, he managed to make $100,000. But and it taken down in 20-30 minutes this tweet, and they figure out. But the catch was like he could use better way of this his access. He just made 100,000. You can do pretty much a lot of things with this. You can destroy the whole planet if you have an Elon Musk account. I just say that. But yeah. Yeah, even nowadays the attacker are not even smart. I'm sure it's like some kiddo. They just make some quick bucks. But yeah, it's a pretty dangerous world. You can create anyone with a deepfake, and it's hard to detect like through your phone that is it real or not.
Yeah, so indeed we need to be very, very careful about that. Okay, I think that we covered pretty much everything that we wanted to. And we have a question regarding yeah. So now it's time. If you would like to ask some questions, so feel free to post in the chat. We'll just answer the question regarding budget. It was about how small business can allocate budget for cybersecurity. So basically, what about budgeting in cybersecurity for small business?
Um, I can answer again from two perspectives. One is from the IT perspective, because you already have some cybersecurity means that you have some IT. So you already have some established IT system in your company, and it take, I don't know, 20% of your resources, your income going to the IT. So you need to think about the solution that you are adding to the IT system. So either you're hiring third-party system, or you're just buying some software, or you're training your IT personnel to use some open source software because you don't want to pay for subscription and those things, but you need to still train them. So those are the costs that coming to you, and I would say, whatever your IT costs, it's gonna cost a quarter of that for your IT to be more resilient to the cybersecurity threat. But obviously, from management perspective and risk assessment, maybe Olga can add more.
Yeah, sure. So uh, your budget really depends on the assets that you have. And even if you are a small business, you can be under 10 people, for example, but you can manage big data. And it means that you have very high risks. So for you, it's really important to understand how much it will cost for your business to lose this data. And from that, you can make this calculation and estimation for what needs to be your budget to ensure proper protection. So basically, you make a list of your risks, how much it will cost for you to protect, and how much for you will cost if you lose it, like to recover it, and what damage for your reputation will be there. So that's um, sounds pretty easy. Difficult to do. Well, not difficult, but it actually requires a lot of steps and a lot of work to actually make sure that it's done properly. And what I would like to add, that we have understanding that small businesses sometimes they don't maybe they don't have at the beginning this big budget uh, for cybersecurity, for IT, but it's really important to establish it from the beginning. So, as a solution, if you don't have money to have a full-time CTO or full-time person who will be responsible for managing your system, what we can offer is outsource. So basically, what our company is also offering is that we help you to establish your systems, establish your cybersecurity, establish your documents, as change management, and risk assessment, and also like recovery procedure in case if something is needed. Just like establish technical parts and also documentational part, organizational part. Um, do it on demand, so it's done once. But you know that cybersecurity and IT is not something that can be done once and stay. So we also offer support for teams who done this like initial uh, process. So it will cut your budget a lot compared to if you have a person in-house, and it will also bring you security. So for this year, we are offering special prices, and in this under this video, we have a Calendly link where you can book meeting with us. Um, it's a free meeting. It's 30 minutes. We will discuss your business, your needs, and if we get common ground, we sign a contract and we continue. Um, so feel free to book this meeting, and we can discuss how our team can help your business to be more protected, more secure, and together we can make this plan traffic light. Uh, some things that you can do by yourself, some things that we can help, and some things that maybe you don't know about problems that exist, but we can recommend some improvements in this this area. Yes.
Yes, I think attacker will be more busy this year, as every year they becoming more.
As every year.
They become busier and busier, so they are not sitting down. So yeah, you need to be always more and more prepared every year.
Yes, and we will be happy to help you with that. Do we have any other questions in the chat or somewhere, Ali?
No,
Can
I think
check.
we are good from the chat. Yeah.
Good. So, well, if you also have any questions or comments after this video, also feel free to let us know, send us comment or send us message. But yes, if you want to protect your business, feel free to book calendar, book meeting with us, and we will be happy to help you stay more cyber secure in 2024. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us. And we'll see you in the new webinars.
Yeah, I wish you all good New Year, and yeah, see you later.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.